Hey everybody, Max here from MaksPlayground, and welcome to a Sims 4 speed build. This is a makeshift train station. It's not real, unfortunately, because we don't have this train stations in the Sims 4 ... yet. Maybe one day, who knows? But yeah, so this is basically me building a tiny home community and the kind of like style of it being like train tracks. So basically shipping container homes. And I wasn't sure how I was gonna do this, but I just got the idea and I was like, you know what, like I could totally try it. And I used like fencing, I guess, like what I used to kind of make trellises sometimes as train tracks, and I thought it was pretty fitting. The color kind of looked pretty on point, so I went with it. And it took me a little bit to get like the proper it like made properly, but I figured it out, and it's kind of cool. I like the way it turned out. Yeah, but I did like 4 tiny homes and I had a blast making them. I love making tiny homes, you guys. But my favorite part about this build is the actual train station that I made. I did like more of like a urban type of like building, just to kind of like make it where people can buy tickets and stuff like that. So I tried to make it kind of like look a little bit realistic almost, although I didn't really put like the front of a train. Really, the front part I did kind of like a little bit of like the more like the biggest one kind of thing. But yeah, I ended up like kind of doing a little bit of a theme for every house, sorta. I did more of a black and white theme for the first one that I'm doing right now. Most of the items are like black and white because that's honestly one of my default settings. I love building in black and white, you guys. It's one of my favorite things to like styles in The Sims. Well, one of my favorite styles. Actually, I have a couple favorite styles, but one of my favorite styles is to do black and white. I love it. So I went with that for this 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 tiny home that I'm building. Very small but functional kitchens. Like, I'm impressed with myself. They were all functional. May have had to change a couple of things, but yeah, I like that. And then I did a super girly one, and then kind of like a gender neutral one. Like it was more like woods and stuff. And then in the last one, I believe I made it like more like browns and neutrals and stuff like that. So yeah, but getting to the part that I liked doing the most of this was the actual train station. Now it'll come up later, actually probably soon, I'm not sure where, but it'll come up. And I just had a lot of fun. I made it very urban with the like exposed bricks and then the bricks on the outside, and I did a really cool touch that I've never done before, which I'll talk about if like when it comes up on screen. And I'm just so excited about it because I don't know, I wanted to make it look like that city urban vibe. And lately I've been building in Newcrest, and I'm thinking of just like doing like a Newcrest build, like just like building up that neighborhood, because there's a lot of lots in it that I really like. So, well, like, not that I like, how should I say this? Like, there's a lot of lots in that neighborhood that are empty and that I could just like add my own style to it. I've already built like, I think 2 houses, and then this is my third one. And now I haven't gone in and uploaded it on the gallery yet, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it a like a community lot or just like a place where you can live. I'm not sure yet. I may just make it like a residential, but yeah, I don't know yet. I had a lot of fun with it because I don't know, I grew up near the train tracks. That's kind of like why, and I still live near the train tracks, so that's kind of why I was just like looking around my neighborhood the other day, and I was thinking like, you know, I kind of want to replicate something. And like I said, I live right, like my building is right beside the tracks. Like there's one building beside it that's like right next to them, and then there's my building. And I grew up in this neighborhood. My parents own the building that I live in. My boyfriend and I rent an apartment from them. And so I grew up in this neighborhood, and the tracks were always like a really big part of like an area that me and my friends would play on, which sounds completely dangerous and totally stupid for like what's a bunch of kids doing on train tracks, but it like, and it was not busy all the time, but trains did go like more than once a day. So we it was kind of dangerous, but I always like just had this appreciation for trains and just like the services that they provide for people. And I'm talking about like not the passenger trains, I'm talking about like the freight trains that carry products in shipping containers. And when I was a kid, I loved looking at, and I still kind of do, I just don't do it very much, I loved looking at the graffiti on train cars. And I think that it's a really beautiful style of art if you do it nicely. And I just find it so urban, and I just feel like it adds such an urban feel to like where I live. And I don't know, it's not a huge city where I live, it's not like super urbanized or anything like that, but it has that sort of aesthetic in the downtown core, which is kind of like, I live like maybe a 10-minute walk from downtown. And I don't know, I find the trains have a very big part here in where I live. But yeah, and I just wanted to do that. And I had just like this really, I don't know, I thought it would be a really cool idea. And I haven't really seen many people do like a train station, makeshift train station, so I decided to try it out. And I also have been on passenger trains twice. I took a train ride to BC, no, a train ride home from British Columbia, BC, which is like the farthest province on the western side of the country of Canada. And I live in Ontario, so it's like 4 or 5 provinces over. And I took a train home from there. I spent like a whole month in British Columbia and Alberta when I was about 15, so like almost 10 years ago. And I went with my mom and my grandparents, and it was really fun. And I didn't like that it was for so long that I went, but I had a ton of fun. I went to like the Calgary Stampede. If you guys know what that is, it's just this really big festival, I guess, that like a lot of like, it's just to do with like a lot of farming events and like stampedes. Now I'm sure you guys know what a stampede is, where people like ride bulls and horses and do all kind of really weird things, and they have competitions with it, and you can win a lot of money. Also, there's like a huge carnival and like all these like big like events and sales and like things going on. It's kind of cool. It's basically like an exhibition. Like exhibition ceremony is not really, just it's, yeah. But no, I went there, and then I went to BC, and I visited my my aunt and my cousins that I hadn't seen in forever, and it was just a lot of fun. I camped out in their backyard for like 2 weeks, and it was just it was a blast. And then I took the train home, and I absolutely loved taking the train home because, well, to an extent, because I didn't get a sleeper car, which kind of sucked because I had to sleep for 3 days sitting up, which, yeah, it takes 3 days to get across, and by train and or bus, to get across the country. Canada's really big, so it's to be expected. But yeah, I saw like tons of wildlife on the train. I saw a moose, like a giant moose. That was really cool. I saw a wolf. That was the first time I've ever seen a wolf like in person kind of thing in my life. It was such a beautiful thing. It was just like sitting on a rock when we were passing by, just kind of watching the train, probably wondering what the hell like are these people what are these humans doing. But yeah, it was really beautiful. And I saw a lot of deer, and I saw tons of deer when I was on my trip, actually, like so much deer. And there was this one time when my grandmother, my grandfather, me and my mom, we were driving through it's like this certain type of mountain range. I think the Calabasas or something like that it's called. I don't know the proper name for it, but it's through the Rocky Mountains. And we came across this like this flock of like giant goats. They're like mountain goats, I guess you could say. And they were like blocking the road, and it was so cool. So we had to like obviously stop our car, and there was like one or two cars behind us, and like they came up to our windows, and I was 15, so I was just like, yeah, a rebel without a cause. And like I rolled the window down, and my grandmother got so mad because she was so worried. But it literally, like, it just stood there, like it didn't do anything, and like it wasn't like aggressive or anything like that. It didn't like try to ram us. Like I kind of wonder if that's like a normal thing, so they're kind of like used to like humans and stuff. But yeah, no, that it was a really interesting like experience, and I haven't gone back since, actually, and I would love to go back. I really want to go to Banff because it's so beautiful there. But yeah, I kind of have I want to be, I'm like an aspiring traveler. It's kind of funny, but yeah. But so you guys are seeing me build the like the more community part of this speed build right now. So yeah, I added, like, I didn't know what I was gonna do with the roof, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to add like almost like a clock tower kind of thing, because if I'm building this in Newcrest, I want to make this kind of like the center of town where the community areas are gonna be. And so I thought that would be kind of cool. And yeah, I added like a clock. I think, is this where I see? No, is this where I add the clock? No, I'm just adding the doors and the windows. I didn't really know how I wanted to do it, so I didn't add a whole lot of windows though. Yeah, this is where I add the clock. I'm trying to like make it like a cool clock tower. I'd love to do a church with that like idea. I don't know. If you guys have ever seen Back to the Future, you know that you would probably know the scene that I'm talking about with the clock, and like at the, I think it's like the city square or whatever. Oh my gosh, my cat is he's like freaking out. But he chooses the best times to be playful little kitty. But yeah, no, so basically I kind of gathered inspiration from, like, I kind of thought about like the Back to the Future where they like where the doc is like trying to like fiddle with the clock so that him and, oh my goodness, Khadgar, seriously? Right now? Really? Okay, sorry guys, he just like jumped up on my chair. But yeah, so that's how I kind of got inspiration for that little clock tower, and I would love to do a church with that kind of thing, but I don't know. I don't know if it would turn out that nicely, but yeah. So I am doing the inside right now. I'm just basically adding like lights and just a bunch of different things. I added like the banking machines, as you guys can see right now. I just thought that would be really fitting to be at a like at a train station almost. So you know, you go take your money out, and then I started doing these those things that came with City Living. They're like they have like maps and stuff on them, and I just thought that would be really cool to have in this building. So like if your Sims kind of just like wanted to go and see different train routes, and then there's obviously a little bit of advertising because you can't go, you can barely ever go to like a business or lot, or you know, like anywhere that deals with the public without advertising. They shove it down your throat pretty much. So yeah, now I think this is where I'm starting to build. Yeah, so this is like really cool. I've never done this before, and I actually am so proud of how I did it. I built like a bus terminal, almost like a bus shelter, not a bus terminal, a bus shelter. And I thought it would go really well with that like city vibe. It almost seems like this like lot would also be really good in San Myshuno, in one of like in that one lot that you can build stuff on. Or is there two? I don't know. But yeah, it's I don't know. I took like one of those roof, or like those like see-through roof decals almost, or they a shelf, I think, and I sized it up, and then I put I like raised it and used I used some of the City Living like siding things and just a couple of different objects, and I just thought it'd be really sweet to try that. I like the way it turned out. I'm actually pretty proud of myself, so it's a little bit of bragging there. I've never tried it before, so it took me a little while, which is why a lot of like the footage is kind of like cut out really. But I don't know. I liked how it turned out. I kind of want to start doing a little bit more community lots because I don't really do them that often. And I think I've done like one, maybe two, and one of them was in The Sims 2. So I don't do that many Sims 4 community lot builds. No, I've done two in The Sims 4. I did my my restaurant when the Dine Out pack came out, and then I did the coffee house. Yeah, I did a cafe, which was funny enough, it was actually based on a real life coffee place, and it was inspired by like a real coffee place that I used to go to in high school. Maybe I'll leave a link for that or a video at the end of this build or this video, so if you guys want to check that out. Yeah, I don't know, I've been getting well, not really a lot, but I've gotten like some more subscribers lately. So if you are one of my new subscribers, welcome to my channel and my videos, and I hope that you do enjoy them. If you guys do want to download this, it will be on the description, in the description below, the link, and it will be on the gallery under my username, which is MallyMaks, MALLYMAKS. I upload, I'm trying to get a steady schedule. I made one and I think it's like gonna be good. I'm probably gonna try to upload every day until, besides Sundays. So I'm gonna try to get an upload up every day. Now I'm not promising that that's always gonna be the case because it's kind of hard, and I have to build up a very big, like a big plethora, like a big thing of videos so that I can have uploads for every day. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. That is for certain. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this, and don't forget to check out the links in the description below. If you guys ever want to get a hold of me to maybe do a collab or something like that, Twitter is usually the best way because I check my Twitter when it comes to Sims and like my gaming stuff more often than I do with my Facebook, but I don't neglect my Facebook page either. So yeah, there is going to be a video tour of this, so if you guys like that, you just want to see it, you can skip to it. If you guys even lasted this long now, if you did, that would be absolutely awesome, and I totally appreciate it. So yeah, and the screenshots are at the end as well too. I tried to include a lot of them so that you guys can really have a good look at what this is, how I did this. So yeah, guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.